sing of Laggy Larry. Larry just loves to lag. So sing of Laggy Larry. He's got lagging in the bag.
Hello, I'm Laggy Larry. It's not that I love to lag. I'm just playing at a Wendy's. My Wi-Fi code came in the bag.
Hello and welcome to Level Tours. That is the song of Laggy Larry there as he walks off stage. I'd like to thank Trebuchet for the inspiration to do songs about TLOU. You can find his playlist linked right there. That was a bad sign. This is another bad sign. And this, I'm afraid, is a third bad sign. I'll explain what I mean in a second. This is our first tour of the Wharf, and that's a fourth bad sign. Unfortunately, 4 bad signs is a bad sign. So you're going to see me change here to a different loadout. What's happening is that those were all bad signs of noobiedom. So I'm changing to a loadout that is more amenable to newbies. And I guess that's our topic for the day. How to play with players who aren't as good as you. Now, it probably sounds like I'm bragging if I'm going to say that I'm better than these guys, but I'm just been playing this game a long time, and I'm just better than these guys. So what could I do? I could just go around being a terror and destroying everyone to the best of my abilities, or I could try out a weapon that I'm not terribly familiar with, or I could intentionally nerf myself, picking the the weapon I'm worst at, and playing counter-aggressively. So my goal here is to only take downs if we are leading or tied, and to not engage the enemy in any way that they wouldn't be prepared for necessarily. I mean, if I get jumped or something, I will try and retaliate. I'm not trying to lose this game for my team, but I'm also trying to maybe play down to the level of the crowd. As you can see, this guy blindly walks in, so I could hang out and wait for somebody to pick him up, but I'm just going to special him, and his buddy will come pick me off. So, like I said, it's a way of playing more friendlyly to new players. So normally I wouldn't even check cameras to see what's going on if I'm trying to play noobs, just to keep myself in the dark a little more. And then, I'm just going to kind of quietly walk around and keep an eye on my team. If my team starts to seem like they're doing really poorly, or if they need help, I'm going to try and jump in and offer help. But otherwise, I'm going to let them win this game the way they would win this game, rather than me win this game the way I would win this game. Because if I brought a launcher out and just started trashing these guys, they would just have a miserable time. And it wouldn't be fun for my team, and it wouldn't be fun for their team. And it might be fun for me, but honestly, it gets old beating up on guys. So I find that things that are more interesting tend to happen when I play this way. So that's what I've done. I've taken essentially a flamethrower loadout without a flamethrower. It's a full auto, explosion expert, lucky break, crafter, and first aid 1. And when I say that these guys are lower level than me, I mean it. So I don't take that kill. I'm only shooting this guy center mass with the full auto. I might have actually beaten him if I didn't get shived there. But they're going to get their pickup, and, we're ahead, but we're not so drastically ahead that they can't catch back up. And as you can see, my dude here doesn't really know what to do with himself, so he is just going to keep hanging out and then suicidally jump right in the line of fire. But he's got that cove on, so he's just creepy crawling all around. And it seems like everybody on my team has the covert on, so that's another good reason for me to stick away and not necessarily get up in their business. Everyone seems to want to play this one as a creepy crawler. The other team is doing the same, so not a ton to find on listen, but no harm in doing listen checks anyway. We are here at the Wharf. We're going to be doing a first tour today. And that is kind of my plan for the new year. I'm going to be doing first tours of each of the maps all the way through, I guess, the middle of March. Probably be 16 maps, so it would be 16 weeks into the year. And then after that, we're going to look at more specific stuff. This way, I figure I haven't gotten to some of the maps. I've kind of improved the style as I've been going, so this will give me a chance to get a comprehensive first look at each of these maps. And this is our first look at Wharf, and unfortunately it's not very educational in the play style for new players, but you might, I might be able to learn something from watching an experienced player not play very hard. Here's the rookie bomb on this map, probably the best bomb in the whole game. Goes right next to that box there, and as you can, I don't think that'll actually catch anyone, but you will eventually experience that yourself. So here, I wasn't going to get that guy down, but my guy's down, so I'm giving El Bambino there a chance to get up there and save him, but he's not going to do so. He's going to take that kill, so fortunately, Laggy Larry was there to lend a hand. So I would have gone up and grabbed that guy myself in time to pick him up if that was the appropriate thing. But now, again, we are ahead, and so I'm going to try and put the brakes on and not play aggressively. Here we see the back of the boat. That's the big boat up there. And we will take a closer look at the structure and kind of the layout of this map in the private tour right after the break. But for now, we're just going to kind of grab some boxes and kind of keep out of the range of fire. Unfortunately, fire keeps finding us. So I'm going to take a quick heal, show you how to leave a trap bomb and run away. This is basically called being bait. My guy sets it off and trips, and now I'm going to give a second for his guys to catch up because he had to sprint over to me. So if I kill him right away, they may not have a chance to come over and clean me up. And yeah, I really only did that bomb because of you guys and because I was kind of panicked. And so, yeah, I did not intend to get that down in particular, but take it while you got it, right? Like I said, I'm not trying to lose this game. I'm not intentionally throwing the game for my team, but I figure at any moment I could turn it on and probably get all four of these guys by myself. So I'll just try and play it lackadaisical if I can. Here we've got our team yet again split up. This is another good sign of noobiedom. If everybody is in a completely different corner of the map, you know that they're not the most experienced players. Unless they're working together. If they're doing sort of a pincher move or something like that, then that's of course valid. But generally, newer players tend to kind of spread out, especially when they're all running covert. Which not a terrible idea, but having three coverts on the same team doesn't make any kind of sense at all. It's really a flanker position perk. And as nice it is not to be marked, once you learn how to know that you've been marked, covert just really loses a lot of appeal, especially covert 3 because it's so expensive. Here my guy's in a fight. I'm not going to join the fight unless he goes down, which he does, but he already got his guy. I would have jumped in between him and the bullets and fired at the guy if he was still alive, but Laggy Larry's here to help. So we'll make our way around to the boxes box. That bomb is gone, so somebody cleaned it up without triggering it. I could leave it again because it's a very effective bomb, and 1 out of 2 times you place it, it's probably going to work. So, but anyway, here we have the Mission Cargo building off to the background at the Mission Hill Pier sign. I'm just sort of stalling here, trying to not overly quickly engage the enemy because we are winning by so much. So I'm going to walk around the prison bus, or actually the military transport unit bus, but a lot of people call it the prison bus. And so I'll walk around past the boxes box to the boxes. Up here we've got a bunch of great bomb spots on that box right there in that corner. Here by the forklift is a nice bomb spot. And you can also, of course, leave one right around by this container, cargo container there. Up here is the sniper's nest. I believe I'll go up there in a second. Yeah, there's a guy there. So we're way ahead, so I'm not going to mark him, not going to engage. Just going to let my team do what they're doing. That way we give the enemy a fighting chance. Not that they're going to win this, but we give them a chance to win. In this case, my team of 3 guys has beaten their team of 4 guys, and like I said, they're newer players, so that is not at all to be unexpected. One expert player would easily have cleaned up, heck, all 7 of these guys probably. Oh, here's the customs seal. I've always wanted to take a closer look at that. This is just something to do while you're waiting for the game to finish, basically. Here it's a clever bomb. If somebody wants to come up and do some sniping up there, it would be really funny to have them hit that bomb, but that's not really going to happen. We've got a guy here at the back who's going to try and smoke me, and I'll mosey gently away as my team and Laggy Larry goes off to solve the problem. So before we go to the private tour, I'd like to thank Laggy Larry, El Bambino, and Buggy's Worth for being excellent teammates. And I'd like to thank Defaded Befaded, Black Panther Solo, Useful NPC, and Krupa Troopa FC for being great opponents. If you're enjoying today's tour, please give it a like. And if you haven't had a chance yet, feel free to subscribe. All right, welcome back to Level Tours. We are here at the Wharf doing our private tour. We're starting at the Boxes box. We call this the Boxes box because of all the boxes around it. The Wharf is a pretty basic map. It's sort of a big square with a line down the middle. Essentially, it is 3 lanes, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time figuring out where exactly those lanes are at any given moment. But basically from here, maybe up here, we can take a closer look at the whole lay of the land. Over here, we have the Boxes box. Way inside there is the Garage box. Out here at the water, we call that the Water box. And at the back of the boat, it's the Back of the Boat box, or the Boat box. We're going to do a first tour of the Wharf. That means we're going to look at all the objects and buildings and stuff and try and figure out what they're all called. That bit behind us was the prison bus. There's the brown van. And here is the Water box. Some people also call it the Wharf box or the Dock box. Dock box, hard to say. But here's the place where you go up. That's pretty much the only name people call it. That there was the place where you go up. Here we're at the back, sort of in the light pole area. There are two tall light posts here, so people call this kind of the light pole area. There's light poles scattered around, but what else are you going to call it? Here we can get a pretty good look out at the water and look back towards the Mission Hill Pier, or whatever that Mission Cargo building. Out there in the distance, you can see some cool cranes and stuff. It's actually quite beautiful out there. There used to be a way to get out on that pier, but I tried and it doesn't work anymore. So yeah. Let's continue around. You can see the boat is sort of sticking through the middle. This would have been some sort of a boat repair yard or something like that, where they were actually actively working on or salvaging this boat for scrap materials. But that, or it was a warehouse and the boat like literally smashed through it. I don't really know which way that went down. There's a little more of the ocean side. Those are, of course, just basically JPEGs out in the distance. You can't get to them or anything, but they're pretty to look at. Here we have the Last Stand corner, another brown van there. Some of the names at the warehouse or the wharf are a little iffy. Here inside we've got the garage, though. That is a garage. It's got the UPS truck in it, and in the garage there's a few of these different columns. That one in the middle is the pipes, or the tall pipes. You've also got a barrels and a box. But back here we've got a health kit on this desk usually, and as we swing back alongside the boat, we've got the ladder. Ladder's going to let us get up and check out the vantage point. People call this the sniper fence up here, to distinguish it from the crow's nest across from there. Over there is the crow's nest. Here's the forklift we're running right past. That's the up forklift, if you happen to need to refer to that, because there is another forklift over there that is down. But yeah, here's the garage and the UPS truck. There's obviously a health kit right inside there. That's the sniper's nest, or the crow's nest. Right there. Yeah, this is 6, cargo 6, so some sort of a cargo warehouse in the before times. There's a small forklift over there, but this was the one I was talking about earlier, and that's the down forklift there. As we come up back here, this is the last stand spot in this corner. So people just kind of call this up, or up on the thing, or whatever. But back here is probably a better last stand spot, honestly. You've got better options for egress. You always want to give yourself a way out when you're trying to do a last stand, or trying to hold up on anyone in any kind of way. Give yourself an option of leaving. That's why, like, a lot of those little closets and stuff don't really work great for last stands, because you just don't have anywhere to bail. Here we actually walk into the boat. This is the prow of the boat. If you're a boat type, then you know the prow means the front. I think. Here's the glitch in the game, or in this map. This is a particularly useless glitch, but for whatever reason, if you're kind of standing in the middle of this doorway in just the right position, work it out eventually here. Yeah, there, you can get stuff to disappear. Don't know if that's of any utility to anyone. It really only works in a very limited radius, like as you're kind of looking there. It doesn't really do anything getting you around to the other sides of the map or anything, so you can basically only see if somebody's like snugged up against that wall over there. I don't know. It's not very useful, but kind of neat, right? If you duck, it will come back to normal and pop back in. And yeah, so that's a bit of the bones of the wharf. But this is the big ramp in the boat. These are the little ramps. So that's the light ramp right here. It has some light on it. And the other side's the dark ramp. Yeah, this is the health kit inside the boat. Yeah, so this is the dark ramp, the dark small ramp in the boat. And we're going to go back to the box at the back here. Safest way to grab this box is kind of tucked up against this wall as close as you can. People do camp behind this that tall box on the right and snipe at this spot. So that's a note to note. Not ever a good idea to craft on the boxes. I seem to be doing that a lot in the level tours, but you always want to kind of move off to a secondary position so that the next person can grab the box. You really don't want more than one person grabbing a box at a time, and you don't want anyone crafting on the box while somebody else grabs the box. Basically, you're just inviting a molly or a trap of some kind, a bomb, smoke, whatever. Here you can get a pretty good angle over to that ramp that crosses between the boat and the downstairs over here. You can definitely use it for marking, a better shot than I could probably use it for headshots too. From this side, you can get marks either to that side, or if you walk over here, you can go right underneath and you can get shots and marks at like feet down there. And then from this side, same thing. You can shoot up to there and mark down and even shoot way down there to that back end over there. So good to keep in mind that those actually are viable areas. This here is not, because that comes in behind over there. And actually, this whole thing up here is fake. There are no holes between those slats. So if you try to throw a bomb in between those slats, well, it just bounces off as if there was a board there. It's not going to hurt you or anything, but just be aware if you're trying to throw a bomb, you've got to throw it over the top of that, kind of like that. I actually think I kind of misjudged that angle over there. Let's take a look. Yeah, it did not land on the ground, so it's probably on top of that tarp right over there. So yeah, I'm going to test a throw back to make sure that that is a possible throw. And it is. It totally is. I just did it wrong. But I think I'm going to have a chance to get a bomb and try it again. Oh, I've got a smoke bomb here. So yeah, if you throw over the top in between those things, yeah, I was just a little to the right, I think, before. Then that's going to land right in this spot. So it's very useful. You can get in there and get a shiv or get some shots off. Yeah, so that's a cute little cheaty corner to throw smokes and bombs through. And we'll try and show you a couple more interesting bombs as we go. But for now, let's continue our tour on the other side, at the warehouse side of things. Here's the sniper's nest. People up there the sniper's fence. People stand up here and snipe over there. So here's a really good bomb to practice. Just right off the top there of the fence. It looks like it's going to come back to you, but anyway you throw it there, it will go over and trigger off that barbed wire at the top. So that's a very useful bomb because people do like to stand up here at the sniper's fence and kind of snipe. So yeah, that corner right there is another great place to throw a bomb. I think I'm going to be able to get another bomb here and give you a shot on that. Anytime you have these kind of trickier bombs that are useful, it's worth practicing them in a private or just during a game like that where there really wasn't too much for me to do. It's a great chance to practice these and kind of see where they go. That was a terrible miss. I meant to nick the wall. If you nick the wall there or the side of the boat there, it'll actually just pop right down here. But if you overthrow it like I did, I guess it goes down here at the bottom, which may also be useful someday. I don't know. Worth knowing that that's where a bomb goes if you miss that wall. But yeah, let's see. What are other throwable spots up here? So this is the dark ramp coming down to the back of the boat again. This seems to have opened up for us or closed up for us again. So we can grab this box one more time and then perhaps take a look at some more bomb throwing opportunities. Probably the most useful bomb to practice is the off the fence bomb here in the prow because people do like to hang out up there. So if you can quickly get into this position and throw a bomb there, that's going to get people fairly often because they hang out behind this fence and then they try to bail and your bomb blows up before they can. You can also throw bombs over the top here. If you throw it basically at the front, but not quite at the front, it'll bounce to the other side of the fence here. It's good when people are, running away and stuff. If you throw it right at the front, it will bounce down on this side of that fence. Same with a molly. If you throw a molly straight there and crank it basically as high as you can go, it's going to not hit the boat, but it'll actually hit on this side of the fence. So yeah, that's a good way to fight people who are in that area. People love to hang out in that area, and people don't seem to throw things over the top very often. So thought I'd point that out. Here is, of course, the like I said, the rookie bomb just goes right up against that there, but I don't have another bomb, so let's move on. That, like I said, is the prison bus. This is the brown van, or the big mess, right there. Here at the water box, you've got a UPS van right in front of you. It's actually whatever it says, Worldwide Delivery Services or something, but we call them all UPS vans. So that's the waterside UPS van. And here's another little tricky bomb. This isn't really a rookie bomb, but it does seem to be a both-way bomb. It's hard to see from this direction. It's almost impossible to see from the other direction. So I guess it's a new rookie bomb, if that exists. And yeah, we're going to streak across and take a look at this box, which is opened up for us as well. This is the warehouse box, or the garage box, or the inside box. It's the only box that's actually inside of the building, so the inside box works. Back here, this small office has some useful bomb spots, but apparently I didn't show them. Oh yes, I'm trying to show you the other rookie bomb here, which is sort of in between this plywood and the wall here, but I messed it up, and I put the bomb down there. It's supposed to go in that little gap, but that would probably, never mind, it wouldn't work very effectively either. As you saw, that bomb's really effective for super runaway time. You can also leave one there or right here as you're trying to run away from people, and just, keep going. Let the bomb work. Don't stick around and wait for it to blow you up. One on that side of that object is very nice. That's a very useful bomb for getting people's positions down. You can leave some in these wheel well things inside the prison bus. Those are pretty tricky placements, so I'd practice those when you have a chance. And let's see, I think in the last tour we did of the wharf, I did show that, but since this is a first tour, here's your last stand spot. This is where most people are going to be hanging out for their last stand. Seems to be the most effective, or the most common one, rather. But I would find this more effective back here. This spot, you have better coverage. You can set bombs by the prison bus and here by this blue bin to cover your backside. And you have a few different options on positions of where to stand. So yeah, that's one option for you. And let's see, what else? Oh yeah, you can throw a molly over the top of this. That comes up pretty often. People like to be on that health kit box there. Or, yeah, it's good to be able to throw a molly up there. Obviously, that's a pretty easy one to figure out for yourself. Up here, you do have some good shots. You can shoot all the way down to the back there. Easier to see with a sniper rifle, but way down to the back, you can actually take shots at people and get headshots and stuff. From here as well, all the way over to the brown van or the mess. You've got a bunch of stuff, a bunch of shots that you can avail yourself of from up there. And again, that's the crow's nest. Here we're running past the soda machine, down back to the back of the boat again. And we're drawing down to 2 minutes left in this tour, so I'm going to try and place this bomb one more time. It goes in between the wall and the plywood there. And I haven't messed it up in years, but both of these times I messed it up. You actually want it to tuck in a little further than that. But you'll get the hang of it if you want to leave that bomb. There's some good campy spots back here. This little V-shaped, Pac-Man shaped thing here is a good campy spot where people like to hang out. I think you're only in cover if you're crouching. Yeah, that's right. Your only name hidden if you're crouching. But that's a pretty good campy spot. I'm not a camper, but this box back here also on this side, it's a very common snipey spot or campy spot. I don't really like the sight lines from there, honestly. But like I said, I'm not a camper, not a sniper, so it's not my problem. Wharf doesn't have a lot of terrific sight lines. Has a lot of great camping spots, though. There's a good spot for a bomb right there. And as we grab this box, we got 1 minute left in the tour. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. Let me know if this is something you're enjoying. I'd love to hear your comments about if you have names for places. There's a really good bomb. If you throw it up high enough, it will explode on the way down, and it'll get people behind or in front of that green box, kind of all around that green box. Ooh, and this gives me a couple of launchers to show you. There's an incredibly tricky shot, and that's not it. And this isn't it. But this is it. It's an incredibly tricky shot from one side of the thing all the way to the other side. That potato does land in the warehouse, or it is possible for that potato to land in the warehouse. I don't think I'll end up finding the scar here, but I've gotten some pretty funny game-ending moves off of that. But the ceiling here, you do have to get lucky and go through a hole or something like that. So anyway, that's our tour of the wharf. Let me know if you have any other names or any other suggestions, and we're going to continue doing our first tours for the beginning part of this year. So hopefully I'll see you guys next time for another first tour. This has been Gustav Mahler signing off and burning out. До свидания!